Well, I don't know much about what's going on today, but I do know I'm going to try to get this 756 started, and I already see there's a tenant.
Just like that, we got a bird's nest and a bunch of bungees.
Well, let's see. No Egos. Somebody Legoed my Ego. Might need this for arts and crafts. It's nice that, you know, the bird put it right against the spark plugs. Whew. Yeah, all fire hazard right here. No doubt about it. Get all this crap out of here. Fire hazard. Days. What a mess. Now I'm sitting here trying to think of the stuff that would be said in comments. I like to be proactive on that and attack it ahead of time, because there's one in every crowd, and it's usually not me. Who sang that? I can actually sing it, but I won't because I might get a copyright strike. It sounds so similar. All right. Still not overly happy with the amount of dry chaff material to make sure these are all pushed in. It'll fire anyway, even if it's not running on all six. But let's get this battery hooked up here. Oh, cool. Looks like somebody did some good work over here too. Now, the whole advent of this, for you people that are not really tractor people, is you want to keep these under cover in the winter and when you're not using them. The whole reason is to keep water off the flat tops. So from really, I like to think the radiator back behind the seat, you want to make sure is dry. Now, you're going to be out in the field sometimes. You might be getting a little bit of a sprinkle or something like that. That's fine. But to habitually, perpetually leave this out, I mean, you can see right here is where you add the hydraulic fluid, and I use high tran in all my stuff. And you know, there's little detents and stuff in here, and throughout the years, if you leave your tractor outside, it just screws up the system. It just does. And this is a gasser, 756 gasser, and you know, you'll get water in your tank, you'll get water in your hydraulic fluid, even your oil, you know, which we're going to check here real shortly. And yes, drum roll please, I run low ash 30 in this tractor. It's what they called for right out of the factory. And I know the new and improved ones, oils are designed better, but I think if I ever do a rebuild on any of these, that's when I'll switch out, not now. And whatnot, but yeah, that's the real reason why you keep them under a cover of sort. Most people just buy carports. That's probably what I end up doing, just throwing a couple carports together, just to have something to back these tractors into. No big deal. Normally it is inside, but I was okay with, that's a heavy duty tarp. There's not even a tear in it, and the wind we get around here is just about Kansas like wind. You know, it's nothing to have 60-mile-an-hour winds around here. So, anyhow, I know somebody says, well, that's not Kansas like. You need to come to Kansas. Well, I'm going to actually go to Kansas because we're thinking about, myself and Silver Barn Farms, we're thinking about putting a plow day together. Whatever you want to bring, red, green, blue, pink, old yeller, you know, and getting something going out there. I don't know how many acres. He said he's reserved or whatever for it, but we're thinking end of summer, early fall for that. Right now it's loosey-goosey, so don't ask me the details. I just figured I'd bring it up since I brought up Kansas and I brought up wind and all that good stuff. So I'm going to throw the battery on this thing, and we're going to see if it'll turn over. I got it kind of loosey-goosey on there. I do have a cover for it that goes on top, but I'm not going to put that on there right now. This is just all about a startup, not a cold start. None of that nonsense. It's a gas tractor. There's no such thing as a cold start. That's one thing if you live up north and you need just a chore tractor, something to, I don't know, spread manure or back blade your driveway in the wintertime. A typical winter here, it's nothing to have, you know, a couple weeks in the sub-zeros, and this machine right here will fire right up. I am really impressed with the German 310, the diesel version of this as well. That's a really good starting and running engine. So if you ever come across, if you're thinking about buying a tractor and you ever come across a 756 of any type, go ahead and grab it up, because they're very bulletproof. By the way, in my intro, I'm not blowing a Farmall up with a missile. I'm blowing a missile up with a Farmall. All right, so let's go.
Oh, first start in months. What do we got?
That tractor hasn't started in probably 6 months. I'm shocked, but that's how good these things run. You take care of them, they'll fire right up for you. Boom! Let me show you what's behind it. So some of you that are new to the channel didn't get to see this in action last year. This is a 311 plow. I bought this off Craigslist. Oh, I'm going to tell you 2 years ago-ish. I lose track of time. That's the problem with me. But it has everything with it. I mean, it's got the trio wheel. It's got the... I mean, it looks bad, but it's not. I could peel this down, sandblast it. Some of the coulters are not matching. They are all operable though. It's really a fun tractor to drive. I got the fast hitch right here. This, I should have started off by saying this is a fast hitch 311 plow, 3 bottom. It's a 314. It really is designed for the I'd say 450 right on down to maybe like the 300. You'd need some front weight on that 300. I think this is too much plow. Maybe a 350 to a 450. So a 400, this would just be absolutely the plow. This is the quintessential plow for the 400, Farmall 400. But I've been meaning to sandblast it down, peel some of the parts off it, and do it upright, get matching coulters on it and whatnot. But boy, does it work like a dream. And you know, one thing it doesn't do is work this 756, because it's a true 4-bottom tractor. Really, it could pull 5 on my ground easily, but it sure doesn't take away the fun factor. I will do a video here. You can convert these fast hitches to 3-point hitches. In fact, there you go. There's a bracket right there for a top link. And actually what I'll do is I'll even take it a step further. I'll go fast hitch to quick hitch, and then I'll be able to back right up to 3-point implements and still use it the same. So pretty cool. And also you saw I bought a 4-bottom fast hitch. I called it a 411. Somebody else told me it wasn't. So, you know, we can mince words and split hairs, but the reality is the front tongs need cut and fixed or replaced, I should say, and whatnot. But at the very least, I got the plow for the right price. Absolutely stole it at an auction, and so it's at least going to be a parts plow when I find more, because I'm getting kind of a little bit of a collection of plows going, and what I'm really finding is that some of them are hard to find. That's what I'm finding. Some are hard to find, but everything works on this thing. I mean, trail wheel spins for days. I've never had that apart. A lot of Zerks on here too and whatnot. And I don't know, tell you what, I'll make you a deal. You watch and I'll plow a couple rows with this sucker. Let's go. When the MCV pump was changed in this, all new fluid was put in it, and the clutch was adjusted as well. There was some adjustment left to go. We're gonna go, we'll go high too. Why not? Make sure I got this lifted. Man, after driving the H, I feel like I'm driving a combine. Huh. So in the last two videos, you saw the Farmall H working this. One day I think was cut short due to rain, but I left this little strip here for the 3 bottom or bigger. If I get a 4 bottom, use that too. But anyways, this is what I like to do. I like to take these edges and I like to turn them in. I don't want a bowl effect in the middle of my field holding water. I want these edges turned in. Actually, if anything, I would rather have a slight crown for runoff to the outside edges. All right. And you come over here, and I did make one initial pass. In fact, this was the first pass that I made with the little Genius, and did a pretty nice job. Went deep, real deep. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to try to sneak under these branches and make one more pass pushing out this way. It's not the correct way to plow, and I know there's armchair plowers that are gonna say, oh, you got an you know, a subtle guy will be like, well, you got an interesting way to plow. I don't do anything without a reason. So I'm gonna turn this in, so that'll give me 5 turns. Let's see, 16, 14, that'll give me about 5-6 feet turned in, and then I'll bring it back this way and start plowing correctly. But I'm going to finish this little strip here. When the sun's just shining, where's a plowing? The 56 has got ants in its pants. I can't believe it's just purring like a kitten after sitting there all winter. I'm going to check the sediment bowl here real quick. I'm sure it's not anything to brag about. Yeah, there's stuff in there. I'll blow it all out plowing and whatnot. Sometimes, and I don't have an inline filter on this like I do the M. You can see, of course, it goes around the backside, carburetor's over there. But I do not have a filter of any type on this at all. And nor do I have a front weight bracket. And you can see it's just straight from the sediment bowl to here. And, you know, so far it's worked for me. I probably should run an inline. I have had to lightly tap with a dead blow on that carburetor over the past couple years here and there. That may need a rebuild. I put a new alternator on it, lifetime warranty, built-in regulator. Let's go, let's plow. Oh, and I was told that it's regulators mount up. Okay, we're regulating ourselves versus the government doing it. Government cheese. All right, let's plow. Let's start off in, like, I don't know, I'm gonna be creeping through them overhangs, so let's go low 3. What say you? There we go. And we'll shift her back to 3. I'll get lined up here. No, I ain't making that overhang. But they should be flimsy enough, it shouldn't matter.